Well, thanks for tuning in. We're getting ready for the Big Ten championships coming up this weekend. We're excited about that, and everyone's doing really well and working hard and stuff. So we're just getting ready to leave today to head down to Iowa City. I know a lot of people are wondering, talking a lot about how do you qualify for the national tournament, and there's a lot of questions up there. I'm going to try to talk a little bit about that and hopefully make a little bit more sense out of it for some of you guys that are unsure on that. Basically, the NCAA has already announced their qualifying allocation spots for each weight class. And the way they do that, if you look, there's 8 different conferences. Once they've announced those, each conference is awarded per weight class so many qualifying spots. For an individual to qualify his weight class in his conference, it's based on 3 different criteria. Basically, their winning percentage throughout the year, one thing called RPI, and another thing, the coach's ranking. So for them to qualify a spot in their conference, they have to meet the marker threshold in 2 of those 3 categories for them to qualify a spot. So when you look at the Big Ten tournament, based on those 3 categories, at 125 we have 7 spots allocated in the Big Tens. So as a Big Ten wrestler, if you are at 125 and you compete this weekend and you place 1 through 7, anywhere in that range, you're automatically going to the national tournament. Now, anybody that falls outside that range, their last chance to qualify for the national tournament, to get a wild card, if you will, spot, it will come on March 9th. And basically an NCAA committee gets together and they'll look at the remaining people that haven't qualified based on winning percentages, head-to-head, common opponents, just a number of different factors. And then they'll decide, and then they'll make that announcement on March 9th. And each weight class at the national tournament will have 33 wrestlers in it. So that's kind of how they do it. In the Big Ten, we again always have the most qualifying spots just based on the strength of our conference. At 125, like I said, there were 7 spots. At 133, there's 9. At 141, we have 7 spots. At 149, there's 6. At 157, there's 7 spots. At 165, there's 6 spots. At 174, there's 9. At 184, there's 7. At 197, there's 6. And at heavyweight, there's 7. So you can kind of look at it and see, where guys will fall, and that'll kind of help you as the weekend goes. It doesn't mean, again, that if a guy doesn't qualify and hit that spot that he's not going to go to the national tournament. But again, for them, their best chances to get a wild card then would be based on how well they've done throughout the year. So if they've done really well, then those guys most likely will be the wild card. The lower they are, the more error there is in there, or harder it will be to know whether they'll make it or not. So I hope that makes some sense. Looking at the Big Ten tournament, just talking about our 5 guys that are in the top 8 in the Big Ten. Starting at 141, Tommy Thorne, he's the number 2 seed. At 149, Jake Short will be the number 8 seed. At 174, Wanzek gets the 7 seed. At 97, Farr will be number 2. And at heavyweight, Crales will be number 5. So that's right now the pre-seeded spots for them. It is always possible that on Friday we'll meet for a Big Ten meeting. We'll go through the seeds. They'll draw in any of the weights that they didn't seed all the way through all 14 guys. Some were only pre-seeded to 8. Some are through 14. But for any of those, they can possibly still make a change. There's arguments coaches can make, or maybe there's an injury or something. So those aren't set in stone, but most likely that's where those guys should fall. So the other guys, there were some guys right on the board, just on the edge of getting in that top 8, but didn't make it. So they're going to have to go, and they're going to have to wrestle and compete well. And so, again, we're excited. Different goals for different guys, but we just want to go down there and compete well. And we'll see you guys when we're done with the Big Ten tournament.